and welcome to AoR Gaming. On the 15th of September 2020, it'll be 20 years since Sydney hosted the Olympic Games. And of course, to commemorate the occasion, I thought I'd take a look back at the Sega Dreamcast game, Sydney 2000. Developed by the British studio Attention to Detail and published by Eidos Interactive, the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games video game was released between the 28th of August to the 4th of September 2000. Unfortunately, I couldn't really find any details on when it was specifically released in Australia, so it's probably somewhere between those two dates. There are slight regional variants with this game. In PAL regions, there's a British commentary team, while in the US there's a US commentary team, but specifically for Australia they used the Channel 7 commentary team. There are even slight variants in the design of the case, but the only difference I could see was the Australian classification and the fact that it mentioned the names of the Channel 7 commentary team, which is actually a little bit odd because Australia often shared the box art with PAL regions. So there you go, a little bit of difference just for Australia. Olympic Games video games don't vary that much in terms of gameplay. But what changed for Sydney 2000 compared to games that came before it was the fact that there was an Olympic mode. In this mode you had to train up an athlete and qualify for different rounds to eventually qualify for the Olympics. This is the first problem that I have with this game, the virtual gym. Though it is a great idea and great concept, the game itself is just tedious and confusing. Some mini-games are just difficult to control, and to work within the time limits is just not that easy. I spent about 20 minutes trying to complete this mini-game and was unable to do so. The Sydney 2000 Olympics video game also doesn't let you choose the gender of athlete that you're going to be using, or even customize in any way. You can select which country you're going to compete for, which has a slight variance on which character you're going to be playing as, but outside of that, you'll be doing a 100-meter sprint, or you'll be doing the women's diving final. So if you came to this game looking for men in Speedos, I'm sorry, but you're gonna miss out. If training up an athlete to qualify the Olympics isn't really your cup of tea, then maybe you might want to check out the arcade mode. This mode is basically just for those who want to chase high scores. You get thrown straight into the actions and you have to mash those buttons to try and succeed. So what happens when you actually qualify for the Olympics? I've talked about the other modes, but let's talk about what we're all here to talk about. Once you actually qualify, you go into the event and you are greeted by an opening ceremony. It's very cute. You get a miniature march of nations of 2, maybe 3. You get a raising of a flag, and then of course you get the lighting of the cauldron. Then once you're in the Olympics, you compete. You got to qualify 2 or 3 times before you can get to the finals. Once you're in the finals, you have to win. Then, if you get your gold medal, there's an award ceremony where you are on the top of the podium, the national anthem plays, the flags are raised, and the characters all sit there with their hearts on their chests feeling very proud of themselves. And of course, that's it, the Olympics are over. Time for a closing ceremony. Fireworks go off, the flag goes down, and that's it. You're told to go off and train for another event to get more medals. All the different characters or the players or the avatars that are going up to compete in each event have their own little animations. If you're doing the hurdles or the sprints, they're all stretching and they're all jumping around and they're all psyching themselves up. If they win or if they lose, they shake their head in shame, or they celebrate, or they collapse in exhaustion, which are all nice little touches that just bring all of these avatars to life. The Sydney 2000 Olympic Games official video game has left me with mixed feelings. I understand that the Olympic Games aren't that easy to get into and it takes years of training, dedication and focus to do it. But this is a video game. It shouldn't be that difficult to train up an athlete and get to the Olympics. This is about selling an idea and a myth and the possibility to do something that the general human population just can't do. I say this is going to be more fun in couch co-op than it is in the campaign mode. Unless you're a sucker for button mashing, minigame hell, then go for it. Who am I to stop you? If you want to see more Olympic goodness, check out my video The Adventures of Rustler number 31, where I have a look at my memories and connections to Sydney 2000 all the way up to Tokyo 2020. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to like, comment and share, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button.